Hello everyone, this is Thomas Pepin NHL Talk. I'm Thomas Pepin, and let's play some NHL. So continuing the franchise mode series where I've taken over the Toronto Maple Leafs, we're on season 11, episode 4. 42 games into the season, and we sit at 28, 11, and 3. We just made some trades of our underperformers. Yeah, that's really about it. We can get moving to the rest of the season. Actually, one thing I want to just check. Yeah, nothing's changed. That first overall pick, we're probably going to trade for him. I wouldn't be surprised because it says he's a gem, even though he's just elite. And typically we go for franchise. Well, so we draft franchise only, but we'll trade for elite players. So a great example is this guy was the first overall last season, and we traded for him. So, anywho, yeah, there's actually one other thing. I took a look at it at the end of the previous stream. I was debating about trading for this guy, and the reason is he signed for 8 years. 10.4 is not crazy given how well he's done. Like, if you look at all those stats, I mean, he's been in the NHL only 4 seasons, but they're pretty good. So, it's tempting to go and trade for him. His line fit wasn't the best, but I have a feeling that we'll be able to maneuver him into some spot. Now, what exactly we would trade to get him? That low guy's expendable. Law was the other guy. So, I mean, that alone is, well, it would be theoretically an even trade. And then we just have to get over the hump somehow. So, what other things that... Didn't we have some guys that we were just keeping around? Well, for example, Gunderson hasn't really been that fantastic, so we could do something like that. I mean, still, we'd probably have to give up. I wouldn't be surprised if it would be almost double what we're currently showing. So maybe that Seattle first round pick and whatever. Just the difficult thing about this is, well, we bring him in, well, we would have to actually lose a player as well. Another thing I noticed after the stream when I was just taking a look, we have a lot of young guys that are going to be coming in shortly. So also it makes some of our other guys expendable. Now, the difficulty is we've got so many great contracts. Like Valcor, great contract. Nyquist, Caswell, David, on Furson. Martins is maybe high. It's not high when he plays well. It is high when he doesn't. It's like 48 goals, 50 goals. When he's producing that, then yeah, great. But when he's producing as he currently is, which, I mean, he's on pace to not be far off, but would we trade him to get the other guy? It's a thought. Kuzhevnikov's been clutch in the playoffs, regular season, decent enough. Chushkin, pretty consistent, decent production. McKenna, decent production. Good cap hit. So, I mean, it's kind of tough. So once we get the younger guys, we might, like, a lot of these other guys will be expendable. It's just, do we want to expend of good players? Like, clearing this contract would make all this doable. Was it him? There was somebody I was considering getting rid of. Because I don't think he's produced enough. It's not bad. So, I mean, it's really tough to, like, who would we get rid of? Von Fersen, I mean, his point production is not the best, but his goal production is. Now, is it just because we're a good team or what? So, I don't know. And how many of these prospects are defensemen? There's one. Is that it? Then we already have Heward. So Kiviharu would be expendable. So I don't know. To start to condense our production into, all things considered, high salaries is probably wise if we're spending so little with those entry levels. But again, like, I mean, we're in first place again, so do we really need to do anything else? We could keep it as is and bring in those rookie guys. Well, but then we'd be too deep. So I don't know. I'd say it's still too early to necessarily do something like that, because, like, these rookie guys, we need to see how they develop, and then, like, they might take the positions of, I don't know who. Because the problem is everybody's producing at a reasonable rate. Like, just under a point per game. Under a point per game, but plenty of goals. See, maybe Caswell's expendable. But I think wasn't he? Nah. I guess he would probably be the first choice to get rid of because the production's a bit low. Yeah, but he's doing well this season. So tough. Because he was like half a point per game and then came to us and became basically a point per game. Vorobiev hasn't been productive yet, but he looks like he's going to develop into something. I don't know. I find it tough. Like, we're already too deep. We add in more players, we're going to be especially deep. It really does make sense to condense the talent into fewer players. But the problem is the cap hit. Yeah. And then also, so I forget if I said this in these exact words, but let's say we replace McKenna with one of our rookies that we're developing. That's great for the 3 years that we have them on their entry-level contract, but after that point, if they ask for some stupid contract, then what do? Like, now we've lost the guy that would have been better if we kept them. So it's tough to decide. Anyways, we've got the we're in the luxury, or we have the luxury of being able to do whatever we want. It's just, I guess that's sometimes when you have too many options, it makes it difficult as well. But anyways, a lot of talking for nothing of critical importance at this point. Should have lost. Oh, so he's still in. Oh, and that was away. Oh, we have David coming back after this one, I think. Back-to-back losses. So I think his name was Makinen. Goes to the back of the rotation. Alright, so let's do the goalie first, just before I forget. Whoops. And then we have to bring David in on defense. So that's our full D. How did Heward do? I mean, I'm okay with that, but still, you would hope for some more production. David. Wasn't he on the second line? I think this is how it was. What's your story? It looks like he's frowning. Uh, 16 and 23. Oh, you're a defenseman. That changes things. Two-way. Why not? I don't know if we even have the roster spots for it. I don't think we do. But I guess we were able to claim them anyways. I wonder if it pushed out another player from claiming him. I don't know. I think Columbus is the lesser team. um, nice. Hakkinen. Oh, I keep forgetting I gotta monitor Seattle. I guess not on a every game basis, but did they dip enough? What? How's it getting worse? Like, I think that said they're in a wild card spot. Well, I guess we have to hope that they go down even more. 55. Yeah. Looks like they're nearly a lock. How is Brown done? Not bad. Alright. Kuzhevnikov is back. Where does he go? 32 and 40. I guess another opportunity to see how we're doing. 41. 37. 46. 32. Huh. Vorobyev's playing just as good as Whitmore with less ice time. 31. Guess we can do that. See what happens. Hmm. Why does it go down so low? Man, this is tough because there's so many moving parts. Chushkin, Martins, Caswell, Shevnikov, Von Fersen, Robiev. Chubisov, McKenna, Whitmore, um, he has 20. It's a big change to the lines. It works. Chushkin, Martins, Caswell. No, we do want it the other way. Ah, shoot. Shebnikov on first and Vorobiev. Two, 8. Then who stays on? $30, $32. So Chubasov. Wait. Yeah, that works. 28. 32. All right. Yeah, so McKenna stays on. McKenna. Oops. That's right. Oh yeah, it has to be Vorobiev. Vorobiev on first and good. Cool. That's the same. Colin Person and Robiev, I guess. Then Chushkin Kashevnikov, is that right? I guess so. I think he can do facelifts, yeah, good enough. Caswell, Martins, and Chushkin. Shevnikov on first and Vorobiev. Then Chubasov, Whitmore, McKenna. Oh. Think Caswell and I guess one person. So we'll try out these new lines. I know I just changed them before, but yeah, with the healthy guy coming back in the production, it just makes sense to adjust or optimize or whatever. Hopefully. We should have both of the other injuries coming back very shortly. I don't get this. It goes from like half attendance to full attendance. Well, full purchase capacity. Doesn't make sense. Oh, it was only the goalie, I guess, left. Why is this doing so poorly? See, none of this makes sense. It says that Pickerainen's going to be back in the lineup. We're not putting him in injured. Oh, those are some heavy-duty losses. Oh, he's fully healed. So that means we can play him right away. So that means it is Pickerainen and Mäkinen. No. Who was the first team on the back-to-back, wasn't it? I thought it was Edmonton or something, so a good team. But LA's nearly as good. Still is correct for the rotation, so. God, my short-term memory is so bad. I can't remember. It was home game. Hey, he comes back with a win. To go Pickerainen. Oh shoot, I just realized something. How many games did he miss? Okay, it doesn't look like too many. I forgot to send Heward down to AHL. $37, 5, and 3, not bad, eh? Wild. It's an away game. Another thing I just thought of I'm going to have a look at is, what do they call it? Player progress or something? Where is it here? Progress reports. What happened with him? This is 24. He went up that much? Wow. What, Kunin went up? That's weird. I wonder what happened with Martins. He went up too. I'm surprised. Because he wasn't playing that great. So nobody's really gone down, it looks like. There was McKenna I was concerned about going down, but he hasn't either. And if I saw it correctly, nothing's happened with the goalies. Nolan, Pickarainen, Mäkinen, nothing. Interesting. I put up the price by 50 cents and it tanks it by 400. It's crazy. Oh, I forgot about scouting. Actually, nearly right on time. Stupid thing. So now, since we're nearly, well, I was going to say nearly done the season, not quite, but we're going to chop down to the top 30 overall. Again, we're not drafting, but still do it anyways. Everybody's like Owen Nolan. What were they gonna do? Strengths and weaknesses, I think. We're still good otherwise, I think. I forget if I did all the game stuff. I think I did. '23 and 28. I don't know if San Jose's bad. Not as bad. What? It didn't tell us. Comes back on the 21st, so we'll have to do it in the wrong order. But these two teams are pretty similar anyways. So when I say in the wrong order, we always play goalie higher, excuse me, higher in the rotation against the weaker team, and then lower in the rotation against the stronger team. But because of the injury, we'll reverse it. And like I said, they're nearly the same anyways, so it should work out good enough. Didn't work for game one, which is not good. I forget, did Mäkinen win his... Because he might have lost... When was his last game? So he won. So never mind. But now I think that's 2 and 3 losses for Pickarainen. Loss, win, lost. So yes. Whoops. Oh yeah. Kraken, where are you? You're moving up in the standings. Come on. That sucks. How long was he out for? Well, I guess we might as well evaluate where everybody's at. 48, he slipped a bit. 39, he's also slipped. 37, he slipped. 44, $33. Guess we'll do that. Martins Robiev. I guess Sagan coming on. 17, 25, 30, 26. Cool. Whitmore, Chubasov, McKenna. Why? This thing's so stupid sometimes. Who was that? Oh yeah, we lost Caswell, I think. So who's the best defensively? Shevnikov. Yeah. Wrong guy. Whitmore, is it McKenna? 37, 38. Whitmore, Chuvasov. Thirty-seven, 39. Shevnikov, Martins, I guess. Chuvasov, Whitmore, McKenna. Martins, Voroviev. Soderblom, I think, is next up. But I don't know if he's played well enough. 34, so... I mean, not bad. 40, 53. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a good fit if he comes up. How has he done? 11. Plus 43? Holy jeez. Should we play him on our fourth line? Or leave him in the AHL? Or bring up Soderblom. Or Quinn, we can bring up. Because I think Quinn did okay when we called him up before. I guess we never did call him up. I don't know what to do here. $36. I mean, he's not a bad idea to bring up, because I think his line fit's going to be better. Maybe. Let's just do it. Yeah, good enough. What's his face-off's like? 87, that's pretty high. So he's better at center. I forget. Yeah, we did trade and sign. That's what happened. At least with him. I forget it about Herzberg. Yeah, same story. Man, those are good pickups. They're so cheap. 1.7. 2.4. It's weird that Makinen's the one playing lower, but that's because he's better defensively and not as good offensively, which makes sense. Body checking, wow. Has he gotten penalties? He hasn't even gotten penalties. The aggressiveness, because he has good discipline. Wow, man, it's funny because you take a look at some of the guys you have. Like, I know I looked into things, but sometimes you even get surprised yourself from what you have. Nine six loss. Holy jeez. He's out till March 29th. Okay, well, I mean, it's a month, but still, that's a long time. And Brown, we don't know yet. I think it tells you right when the injury happens, but I can't remember what the story was. I know we're nearly at the trade deadline. Oh, and I should be checking Seattle, what's going on there? Still in second. That sucks. How are we doing? Still in first? Barely. Oilers are close. I just stopped and thought again about that Brindamore trade. Because he signed for 8 years too. Such a reasonable cap hit. You know what? I think I'm going to go for it. I mean, I'm confident with our team. I know we're going to have a good shot at a cup, but this is going to improve our team. Wait, what happened with this guy? I thought he was a 78 overall. He just shot up like crazy. What happened? I was not expecting that. And then, didn't this Threlfall guy go up as well? Huh. Low law. Okay, so what are we going to do if this does go through? We have plenty of D. We have Sullivan probably playing next season. So then we have Sullivan, Valcourt, Nyquist, David, Sarenhamo, even Heward, Seguin. So Kivaharu's expendable. We can bring up Heward for this season. I mean, he's not bad, it's just... Do we want him over Heward? That's a tough one. Okay, well, maybe let's wait on that because we need to move forward to make space for Brenda more. We're also going to have Thrall fall, so we can get rid of even one more guy. Just in case I want to make it close to even and then work down from there. Actually, we will make it exactly even or as close as possible. That looks pretty close. So in all likelihood, all the extra assets we're not going to get in this trade because of the value of Brenda Moore. Oh, did we just extend McKenna? I think we did. In which case it's kind of funny if we trade him. We must have extended him. Because if we didn't, we would have traded him already. I don't know what we extended him for, but it was something like 6 million. Okay. Do we just unload the Kraken pick now or wait? Who else do you guys want? Hobson, no. He's going to go back to junior. Cuff, no. He's going back to junior. Probably. Vorobiev. Valcor, Whitmore. You want a defenseman, eh? You actually want Heward. Oh, and Gunderson. Yeah, I forgot about that. I don't want to pick up that contract. I know they're still going to reject it, but just in case. Looks like we're getting close because they changed their message. I don't think that Kraken pick's going to get more value, so it's almost pointless to keep it. Look at how lopsided that trade is. That's nuts. And again, I'm sure none of this is going to go through, maybe even down to the second pick, but it's worth at least trying. So we don't get fleeced too hard. It's got to be close. I mean, we're really losing this trade. Man, this is crazy. God, still no. What do we do then? What other assets do we have? Threlfall, no. Hobson, no. Cuff, no. I'm still surprised about this Cuff guy, because he might have even been as low as like 76 overall at the start of the season. It's pretty nuts. Sullivan, no. This Vorobiev guy, I'm not. I don't know. He was first overall, wasn't he? Yeah. I don't know. I don't feel like I should get rid of him. It feels like he's going to get better. And he's only 19, so. Whitmore's 21. But we kept him in junior. 38. Still probably shouldn't get rid of him either. And they're both good defensively, so really, well, Whitmore's not like, I guess he's not crazy good, but he's good enough. Actually, for both of them. So they can be third-line players at the very least. Valcor, no. Nyquist, no. Caswell, no. Oh, now's a good time to see. Is it going to tell us what we extended him for? Yeah. 5.85. Great contract. 8 years. Just unfortunate we're going to have to drop him. He's the weakest link, I guess. How many defensemen do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, we're going to be good at D. 5, 6, 7, 8. We're way too deep on D. What do we do? What do we do? Seguin we're keeping. That's for sure. I mean, Kiviharu, to keep him on our third pairing at that cap hit when we have Sarah and Hamo. We still have him for a long time and a way better cap hit. Because I think we just signed Kiviharu too, but... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, second 6. So then Heward's expendable. Kiviharu is expendable. He's 27. Yeah, it makes more sense to get rid of him anyways. Wasn't his poise? Yeah, his poise was really good. How'd he do in the playoffs? Nothing too crazy. God, this is so tough. Gunderson for sure. Like, okay, so obviously we can't put all these guys in the same trade. So what I would be doing is making another trade to move up. So condense the trade value into one asset and then reattempt. And I'm certain it would go through. It's just what assets do we want to get rid of? The other thing is on forward, we actually need to clear space too. So we have Threlfall coming in 1. We're probably going to send Cuff back to junior. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 12 with the guy we'd be picking up, as long as my math is right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 plus 1. So then we can't get rid of any more forwards. It has to be D. And then those guys are definitely expendable. Okay. So then... who and how? Do we have any... Another thing just out of interest is if any contracts are going to be extended the following year. For Robiev, in the off season we're going to know. So he might have to get traded, but we have the young guys coming in, so that's okay. We need to do that. David's coming up. Don't know what's going to happen with him. Chubasov. I don't know what's going to happen with him. But we have all those rookie guys that I think it's basically the equal amount to replace all them. Huh. Okay, well, let's get moving on something. So we keep the highest value assets, which... Oh, wait. No, what we want to do is the assets that the Oilers aren't interested, preferably a team that wants those, so then we get better value in return. Was there another guy? No. Okay. So these guys have to go somewhere, preferably together. Montreal's doing good. That's surprising, because they don't even have a good team. Vancouver looks like a good spot. Vegas even better. So Vegas it is. I'm certain they're going to have something we can trade for. It's going to be that pick. We could also go for that Calgary pick. What? It says they have a space. And again, just in case they're going to give us more, we'll try and go from there. Oh, and I just realized they're actually trying to get rid of that crab guy too, so makes it even more possible that this will go through. No way. Really? I did not think this would go through so easy. Wow. Well, that's good news. Let's just pull up Peward. It's the easiest to just fill them in all lines, and then it's going to be clear as day. What we need to fix. What's wrong with this? Huh? It's pretty funny that we had that guy signed to an 8-year extension and then traded him. I mean, they picked up a really good asset, so it's a bit unfortunate we had to get rid of him, but it made sense. Okay, so now, I mean, that draft pick, even though it says it's of good value, it feels like you never get good enough value when you trade even high value draft picks. But all right, so we should be able to pull off this trade now, because now well, I mean, it's not an asset they wanted, but it's a clear oh, but do we prefer to keep this asset? Hold on, because we picked up Columbus. But Columbus, I don't think, is as good as the Vegas one. Let's check that. So they have not that many guys on expiring contracts. Their goaltending's not that great. Vegas has everybody expiring. And I'd argue better goaltending, but they're all expiring anyways. So actually, we might keep that. So we were thinking about trading for that pick anyways. We still condense the value of the assets, even if you go over to the Columbus one, because it's still an improvement on the Seattle pick. It's just this trade with Edmonton might not go through. It'll be close. Okay, so where were we? We want to trade low. And again, if you didn't see previously, the reason low's on the chopping block is line fit. So we traded for him after he was drafted, and you don't know how he's going to fit till you check. We checked, and he doesn't. So he's going. Law was the same story. Gunderson's ideal to trade. Now again, we saw how much we were giving up last time and it didn't go through, so I'll still partially go through the motions because I just don't want to have it where we again get fleeced for more than necessary. So I'm just going to do a rough trade attempt. Because at least this way... Oh, really? maybe I could have gotten more. There was no way I thought that was going to go through. Okay. So we still have a bunch of assets that I didn't think we would have. Because I was expecting to have to get rid of Kiviharu, and other people. Wait, so what do we have now? Like, so I don't like to spend too much on players. Obviously, it's, if you've watched this before, it's very clear. 10.475 for a high-end player like this, locked up for 8 years, is an absolute no-brainer. Actually, on that note, I haven't checked what his line fit is. Before I go and I recheck where everything's at, I want to see where he's fitting. Wouldn't it be funny if he doesn't fit anywhere? So he doesn't fit that great. Line 2's okay. It's doable. It's high enough where it's doable. Line 3 is optimal. Well, or as good as it's going to get. And then line 4 is obviously very good, but we're not going to play this guy on line 4. So line 2 is probably where he's going to play. He's going to be good on the penalty kill too. Jeez, what an asset. Yeah, I like it. But anyways, before we deal with that, let's go back. It's easiest to see things in here. I should have been filtering by position, but okay, so Brendamore, Vorobiev, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then Kunin's the 12 right now. And then next season, we have at least one added. Cuff maybe might come up, just based on how he's developed it, as long as I've seen correctly. So then Threlf, do we still... Yeah, we have a year left of Kunin, I believe. So we're going to trade him in the offseason no matter what. So he goes... Threlfall comes in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So then we have our full lineup for next season and for this season, because Threlfall's going to stay in junior. So forwards are sorted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's no change to our current D pairings. We still have Heward in AHL. And then we have Sullivan coming next season. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Seguin. So the one thing though, as much as that's the plan, keep in mind with the contracts here. So David's going to be where we can extend him. If he asks for too much, which is very possible, we trade him. Sullivan comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, we keep Kivaharu 5, 6 Seguin. Then we still have Heward in the AHL. So the depth is just as good, even if we need to get rid of David. So we have like a contingency plan with all the D. But essentially, that trade had no impact on our team. It only improved our team. Now, it sucks that Seattle pick decreased in trade value. And maybe it could have gotten more value if I waited, but as I waited already, it went down more in value, so it wouldn't have gotten worse. It could have gotten better, but we have to do anything we're going to do before the trade deadline anyways, so, and that's coming up probably very shortly. Now, in terms of cap space, none of these guys are on extension, so our current cap hit is actually correct. So it says we have $4 million in cap space. Mind you, Kunin's going to be gone. That's $8 million gone, so we still have $12 million in cap space next season, approximately. So we have a better team and still $12 million to spend on a free agent if we decide to do that, or if we save the money for extension stuff with like. Oh yeah, we have Vorobiev to figure out too. So Vorobiev and David, if they're reasonable, we'll extend them. Well, Vorobiev's going to be expiring his entry level, so we don't know what he's like for negotiations, and then it's possible David's good given we extended at a reasonable cap hit. So anyways, so that's kind of how everything is after the trade, which is, again, extremely surprising how it actually worked out. And we not only did we get rid of the Seattle pick, we also upgraded our Columbus pick to the Vegas pick. Again, we don't know how the season's going to play out, but based on expiring contracts and the likelihood of the pick being good. So we have 6 first-rounders next season, which, as always, will move to the following season if we don't like what's out there to pick. So pretty wild. Now, after all that, I want it to be further in the season, but that was pretty extensive. So I think I saved already, but now I gotta do all these things. So wait. Okay, so we have this crappy guy we're getting rid of. He goes down, Heward goes down. Whoops. I don't know if we... I guess we do have enough guys still up, so... Good. Brandamore. This is interesting. Is he a left wing? He is a left wing. Man, what an improvement. So we actually have like a high producing player finally. Everybody else is kind of, I mean, above average, obviously, but not a point per game guy. We finally have one. Well, I guess Caswell was, but... Okay, so we don't want to move him to the third. He has to play the second. Just with who is the question. He's a playmaker. Shoots left. See, like, we're keeping... Actually, he's not that bad on the other lines. Just the second line's no good. Do we keep it like this? So Brandamore can't go to the first. He has to play second. What if we do this? If he goes to first. Who's played better? 37. What is that, 52? Oh, but Chubasov can't play on the first. 39. 39. Um, 37. Shevnikov to the third. Martins to the first. Chushkin to the second. Oh wait, it was Chubasov. 39. 37. Yeah, I like that. 34. 25 goals is pretty good. He has 26. Okay, so basically, I guess I should explain, or should have explained, but I'll explain now. So basically what we're doing here is turning our second line into our first line. So we're going to actually start our second line. And it just has to do with line fit. This is where like some of the nuances of the game are not as realistic. Because they changed the strategy for different lines, but why can't you just put this strategy on the first line and then have these players on the first line? It just doesn't make sense. But anyways, so this is kind of a way to bypass that, make the second line your starting line, and then that should, if not even out the ice time, make it pretty close, where essentially they're acting as the first line. So then first line is basically second line, second line's first line, third line's as it is. Yeah. Cool. The thing that sucks is I just did all the lines and then now I got to do them again. And then a thing to remember is we have Caswell injured and he's going to slot in somewhere. And then just think about how stacked we are with that. I mean, it's not substantially better than before, but it's at least noticeably better with Brendan Moore. Like I said, you're condensing assets into one player for performance or better performance at a similar price. So, okay, so Kozhevnikov, Whitmore, Martins. Oh, but I want to switch that. And Chushkin, Von Fersen, Brendan Moore. Brendan Moore. Shevnikov, Whitmore, Martins. Whitmore. Martins, then Vorobiev and Chubasov. So Chubasov on the first. Then 26 versus 32. So that's correct. So condenses and loses Seguin. Is Brendamore the best puck skills? It might not be. 3-2-2-2. 2-2-3-2. So he's better at passing, but Nichushkin's better at deking. So this is actually going to be the first time where I split up these skills. So Nichushkin's going to be the entry guy. Brandamore's the distributor, Von Fersen the scorer. It's only one overall, or well, one rating point difference, but makes a difference. Chubasov left, Seguin right is correct. Then Vorobiev Valcourt is also correct. Whitmore has to be the distributor. And puck carrier Martins has scored more. Nichushkin, Von Fersen, Brendamore. Brendamore. And then it was Chubasov. So I just realized their penalty kill is actually going to change because of Brendamore now too. Oh, and I guess this is another way where we're turning that first line that second line into a first line. So because they're going to be the starting power play, they should get plenty of minutes. So we'll do same thing. It is Brendamore's passing, Von Fersen and Nichushkin. Who was it again? Shevnikov, Whitmore, Martins. Shevnikov, Whitmore. Martins. Martins has scored more. And then Vorobiev's 34. Wasn't that the same for the defense? 32. So no. So we'll go without a D. And he's good enough defensively anyway, so that's fine. Then here it's Whitmore, and Martins. Cool penalty kill. So we'll still lead with our special teams specialists, because that's why we have them. Kunin, and I think in this case we're going to do Brendamore. 5-2-6. 5-2-6. So Whitmore's better than Vorobiev. 5-2-6. Kuzhevnikov's better than both of them. Kunin can do face-offs, but Kuzhevnikov can't. Kuzhevnikov is playing essentially second. So that's actually better for ice time distribution. Now the problem is that Brendan Moore is, I think, better than Kuzhevnikov. But because he plays so much, I don't want to overplay him. Yeah. 4-4-8. Uh, 4-4-8. So they're essentially the same. Kuzhevnikov's better at stick checking and shot blocking, but Brandon Moore's better defensive awareness. So anyways, it's okay. This works out too. Can he do face-offs? He's not bad, actually. Interesting. So in that case, Mäkinen can do face-offs, Ersberg not really. Whitmore, 81. And was he better than 6-2-7 Vorobiev? 6-2-7, yes. Should we lead with Brandon Moore? Whitmore's better at face-off, so actually I'll keep that. Mäkinen's not good at face-offs. Kunin's about the same. Do we want to take ice time from Whitmore? But he's good at face-offs. That one's tough. So it has to be Kunin there. Well, I guess that's how it's going to go. Whitmore, Martins. Number 2, Whitmore. Martins. I think Martins is better at face-offs. The only reason I have it the other way here is because he center right wing. So, Von Fersen, Brendamore. Oops. Von Fersen, Brendamore. Oops, 39, so Nichushkin, Chubasov. this off. It was Von First and Nichushkin, Brendamore, I think. Whitmore, Kashevnikov, Martins. Okay, and then Vorobiev. Falcor. And Chubasov. Oh, what do we do here? Brandamore? Yes. And then Martins, I think makes sense. Shootout. How good is Brandamore? Maybe not. But he's better than Nichushkin. Let's do that. Cool, okay. So, lots of changes, but it's all done now. I was supposed to be done this stream 20 minutes ago. When is a trade deadline? Because usually I like to get past the trade deadline and then end the stream at this point in the season. Do I have enough time? I don't know. Let's go for it. But before I do that, I'm going to save a duplicate. Oh, whoops, wrong one. Also, this gives me a chance to see how Brendamore does with us. Or and how we do with Brendamore. We start off with a loss. That's funny. I think that's back-to-back losses for the current goalie. I think. I'm pretty sure. In any case. I was just thinking about our forward depth. Once we have Caswell back, we're good. And even without Caswell, we're okay. That fourth line doesn't really get played anyways, but still, ideally, I'd like it to be better than what it currently is. But next season it will be. This season, I mean, it's still pretty good. How do we 3 losses in a row? That never happens. And we just added a way better player too. How does that make any sense? That would have been a home game. I'll leave this. Hey, lead poison is funny. Nice username. I don't know. I mean, some of the sim stuff maybe. There's certain things that are weird, but and then also, I mean, maybe it's because I've done well that I don't think there's too many problems with it. Ideally, if things were slightly more realistic in a bunch of different ways, it'd be better. But if you play to the game and kind of follow, so like for example, I don't know if you were here when I spoke about these line things. So why can't this line structure, line strategy take place in the first line? So I'm making my second line my first line just because of the strategy the coach implements. But why can't you just flip the strategy to the first line and then move all these players to the first line and give them better ice time? It just doesn't make sense. But anyways, so I don't know. Long story short, I find if you just kind of play to the game's preferences, you can do pretty decent. And if you haven't seen before, because I don't know if you've seen my streams before, if you take a look at the description, it shows you my record. So I've done well enough. To be honest, I actually, and this isn't me bragging, it's just the honest truth is I don't think anybody who plays franchise mode has done better. They always stop at like 10 seasons and nonetheless still have a not as good of a track record of Stanley Cups and stuff. So anyways. So long story short, again, I think if you just kind of stick to your guns for the most part with making smart decisions, I think, and then otherwise kind of with the little stupid nuances, you just follow what the game asks for. I think it works out. I mean, it has worked out for me at least. So anyways. Brown's gonna come back in. How did this guy do coming up? Not too bad. Brown is a center. Flip you guys. And then I think that was a home game. Oh, one other thing I should say about simming is if you're talking about just outcomes, how there's weird sort of trends and stuff, that I definitely agree with. So again, I don't know if you've seen my other streams, but it always seems to be the case where the starts of my seasons are bad, even with stellar teams, and then I go on some crazy runs of like 20 wins and no losses. And then whatever, everything will go normal from there. So that I just find really odd. And then, like we just saw, we added in one of the best players in the league right now in the game, and or in this version of reality, and we lost games. But then again, you never know in real life. Sometimes messing around with chemistry sometimes has an impact. But see, well, this is an example of how this doesn't make sense. It was nearly sold out, and then now it goes to half, like a third for one of those. That doesn't make sense. But whatever. Yeah, so I haven't owned. This is the first time I've owned this game since NHL 14, and then I haven't played this game prior to getting this game. I hadn't played it for I think like 4 years or something, so I have no idea what's happened with the the game series, whatever you want to call it. So I wouldn't be surprised though that there's like these weird things that have been taking place. And you think they would improve on these things, like, I don't know. Sometimes it's as if they leave things that are wrong so that they have something to fix. Okay, yeah. And you're referring to simming, I'm assuming, still. Because the gameplay, I think, has gotten better since NHL 14. Again, I have no comparison in between, but it seems better. There's, like, little nuances where I don't know if I like it, but whatever. Oh yeah, I need to figure out who's starting these ones. So Washington's better. So I need to pick a Ryan in first, Nolan second. Now, I don't know if you're typing something, but one thing I wish, well, it's easy for me to say, but I wish they could hire me to improve some of this stuff. Like, well, I mean, again, I haven't seen anybody do better yet, and I'm pretty sure I have a whole bunch of ideas of how to make this. They should make it more difficult because, to be honest, I shouldn't have been able to win, what is it, 6 cups in 10 years. Uh, I don't know exactly how I would adjust it, but uh, I shouldn't be able to do that unless like, maybe I'm good enough to. Oh shoot! I don't like dealing with this season ticket things. Um, yeah, just it would be nice to give them some recommendations, but I of course have absolutely no reputation at this point. I'm definitely not expecting that to happen. And again, for whoever's watching, if you haven't seen this before, I have an odd strategy of so it's 1% I allocate of my marketing budget to general, 99% to season tickets. I've slightly adjusted the total dollar figure spent from the operations budget to marketing. And then I minimize these prices as soon as it becomes possible. And I'm trying to slowly adjust to getting 100% sales because that's where the majority of the revenue comes from. So technically there I should maybe spend more, but I won't. Just so people can see what I'm talking about. 99.1. I think last season I got to 98% season ticket sales and 99 for some, I think. I can't remember. But I'm trying to optimize it where I spend the least amount of money possible and get the best return possible. So you can see, is it advertising? Yeah, advertising is spent. It used to be minimized to the bottom and then slowly I've adjusted up. And I think that's been correct in changing things. And then on that subject, we want all time. So, wait, wasn't I second before? I've improved. I didn't know that I actually got better. Oh, well, that's even better now that I'm bringing it up. So I was second place, if I'm not mistaken. And what was I doing here? Season tickets. So 1,000, well, whatever that is, 1.281 billion as a percentage of total revenue is a very high percentage. So your primary goal is selling season tickets if you're trying to make this thing realistic where you're trying to get the most revenue possible. Anyways, so that's the rationale. That was a home game. Why does it go to this? And then there's this thing that happens every single season where you get no sales for no reason whatsoever. No parking at all. No game tickets. Whereas the previous game we had a sellout. Or close to a sellout. Makes no sense. And then I won't adjust anything and then it'll go back to where it was. So stupid. And then that, I think I have that as one of my owner goals. 39 sellouts. So that means I can only not have a sellout for 2 games because there's 41 total home games. So essentially it's impossible. Because that happens at least 1 game during the season. And then if you make any mistakes, then where you don't have sellouts, then like it's just impossible. So it's a stupid owner goal. Anyways. Now it is Nolan comes in. He's already there. Oh, trade deadline. Just about to sim forward. Okay, so I need to unload my underperformers. I didn't pay attention before, but I didn't realize that Threllfall is better than Brindamore. Or, well, trade value, so long term is probably going to be better. It's pretty good. Yeah. Oh yeah, we had the crappy guy we could have gotten rid of before. So Nylander's done well. Is that 59 and 56? That's pretty good. And he keeps deteriorating. I think he started the season at 79 overall. It's down to 75. So that's still the okay. Still not a good enough sample size. 11 and 15. I don't think is good enough, but I'll wait because I want to see how the rest are doing. So that's 28 and 34 is good enough. So we will get rid of hay. 43, bit low, but I'll accept it. 15 and 17 is good. 3 and 7 is not. 27 and 56 is good. 12 and 17 is not. Not enough sample size. 5 and 17 is not. So who can take all these guys? We're not going to trade Vanek since somebody wants him. Who's next? That's good. 6 and 17's just below what I want. Should we trade him? Yes. Okay, so where has space? Anybody other than Boston? Yes. So I know for sure this is going to end up being at best a 6th, but probably a 7th. Hey, a 6, that's good. Alright, and then now we can use that Vanek guy. So if it wasn't already obvious, it's always try to include one guy in the trade that is of interest to the other team, because then you're going to get more. 12 and 17, no good. 20 and 34, no good. I think he's done well. 51 and 56, very good. Has he still not played? He's played in one game. I thought for sure he'd play more. Well, as a result, he's probably not going to play, so let's trade him. Ten and 17 is great. 27 and 56 is good. He was good, I don't need to check. Five and 6, that's good. 47, so he's gotten better. 57's good, and then the rest is NHL. So do I have enough? Not quite. I feel like this guy's never going to be good, but let's just make sure I'm not missing any other crappy guys. 28 and 34, I guess that's good enough. That's good. Don't know. Good. Good. We already had you. The rest are good. So then that works out. They do have space. Dallas, maybe. So Dallas it is. No way, really? A third? I didn't think that would happen. Alright, so that's all our underperformers. And then wait. Yeah, I guess we'll have to look there. Two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. So we need at least 4 forwards. So 6 forwards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh wait, 7. So 6 forwards. Seven forwards, 3D, I guess. We already went through 77, I think. No, wait, we didn't. No, I think we're on 77. Wait, how'd he do? Pretty well. Let's try him again. No. No. He did well in the NHL. Now let's try him again. That's pretty good. We'll try him again. It's not bad. Why didn't I get this guy before? Not good enough. It's not bad. How many more 77s are there? Not many. Let's try them. Oops. Didn't he do well with us before? One season, yes. After that, no. Let's try him again. So that's our 7. Sweet. Now we need 3D. Twice we tried him already, so no. No. It's close. Let's go for it. Nope. Oh, that's Seattle. Not the NHL. So yes for this guy. It's 1, 2. Oh wait, not him. That's his earlier seasons are not as good. No. He doesn't look bad. Sure. That's it. I think. Yeah. Alright, we'll get past the trade deadline and then we'll end it there. We never do anything, so no point in seeing it. So that was, who lost that game? That was Nolan. Did he lose before that? Who was that lost? I think Nolan's out. I think. It doesn't hurt anyways to... Well, how can we claim him? We signed all those guys. Is it one way? It must be one way. It's a two-way. That performance is pretty darn good. Well, we're going to miss out on somebody. But we'll claim him. So I missed who that was, but somebody wasn't able to sign. And after I do this, I just want to check how Brendan Moore's done since he's been with us, and that'll be it. Because he must have had close to 10 games now. I know we're supposed to do scouting, but I might not do it anymore since I'm not drafting anyways. Alright, let's see Brendan Moore. So since he's come over, he has 4 points, which is okay in 5 games, but -6? Like, look at how he was doing in Edmonton, and then he's a -6. We don't ever have -6 players. Ever. How are you guys minuses? 52. 55. Like, look, plus 21. How did that happen? 45 points. 45 points. Wow, Whitmore's done a lot better. His rookie season, I think. It's pretty darn good. Then Martins, have you gotten better? 46? So no, but you're still scoring, which is good. What else is going on? 30's pretty good for... This guy's usually on the 4th line. And look at his average ice time. 10 minutes and he's got half a point per game. That's pretty darn good. 35 and 64. I think it's... No, it's his 2nd season. Already he's past last season, which is good. 42 and 61. 27 goals. It's pretty good. So anyways, we haven't been that great with the addition of Brendan Moore. Haven't been horrible either, but still. Any changes here? 36. He's picked up his game, which is nice. 30 and 64. 18, 17, 13, 28. 922 is great. His winning percentage isn't that great, though. Well, it's not bad. I say it's not bad. It's 16-4-1. It's pretty good. His everything's not that great. 11-8-2. 902 is not good. 11-9-3, not very good. So we've got one goalie that's played well. The other two have been very mediocre. We're still first in the league. No. If we win our next game, then we're 1 or 2 points. So at least we're back to normal with goals per game being the best in the league. I think usually we sit at around 4 goals per game, though. So it's still a noticeable difference. Then the goals against, we're second, which I think we're usually not this low. Our differential now is dipped to below a goal a game. It used to be 1.2-ish. So not good. Power play still second best. Just good. Penalty kill. What is that? Sixth. Still pretty good. So for whatever reason, again, just shy of first place is not bad, but not as good as we want to be. We want to be President's Trophy every season, Stanley Cup as much as possible, hopefully every season. So mediocre. Hopefully Brendan Moore fits in. Hopefully our goaltending gets better because it looks like that's an issue. Hopefully we score more too. So it's not our... Well, I don't think it's our worst season either. But we have some room to get better. The thing is, though, is next season, as we saw before... we can't do trades. It's easier to show people that way. But anyways, so we got Threlfall coming in, Sullivan, Cuff probably all, at least Threlfall and Sullivan next season for sure. Cuff maybe. So we're going to be a better team next season, and moving forward, it's just, you still want to win every season. But we'll see. We're still supposed to be the best team anyway, so. So we will leave it there. An hour longer than I wanted to, but that's okay. If you like the stream, hit the like button, share with your friends, subscribe, turn on notifications. The channel homepage has upcoming streams on regular NHL content. Friday, still haven't announced the topic for the, I guess you'd call it, early afternoon. And then week 1 plus a few days recap in midnight Eastern. And then otherwise you can see the rest at the channel homepage. Franchise, for everything I can't schedule ahead of time, like franchise mode. That's schedules in the About section of the channel. It runs Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. So we won't do that again until Sunday. Be a pros whenever I have time or feel like it. I haven't had time, have felt like it, so unfortunately haven't been able to play. Any comments, leave them in the comments, suggestions likewise. And thanks to Lead Poison is Funny for chatting and tuning in, and everybody else that did. And we'll see you guys next time. Okay, bye.